What up, people? Revan the Legend here, and welcome back to 80's Mania Wrestling Returns. Let's get it poppin'. We are here on the 1987 draft. So I've already done a mock draft offline. I'm going to go through it, see how we feel. I want to reduce the roster number. That's the big one, really, because we had so many people on our roster last year. We didn't use them at all. Like, we just didn't use them. And I want to bring it down and try and make it a bit more competitive. Try and give everyone a bit of TV time. So we're going to go from there. Let me just quickly see what's in the shop, because I haven't looked at all today. Oh, and it refreshes in 8 minutes. So maybe we'll pop back at the end of the draft to see what else there is. And login, how close am I on the login? 2 days away from another 50k. Let's go. Right, so first off, let me show you the roster that I've created, which is on Favorites 1. So this is the roster that I've chose, right? So what I've done is everyone undrafted, I've put them on Favorites 2. So we can then go through the ones that we've drafted, the ones that we've not drafted, see if we want to make any changes. Again, the idea is don't want the roster to be massive like it has been for the last few years. I want to try and bring it down a little bit so that people are being used. So, start off, All Mighty Dollar. One of the only women to have won an end of year award. She had a very poor year last year, but still needs to be involved, I think. Anti-Voodoo had a poor year, but has good stats. I think just needs to be used a bit better. Bravo went on a hell of a tear last year. Won the Cruiserweight and TV titles after a poor start of the year where we threw him in the world title picture, and he was a bit too soon for him. He really rallied. Buzzsaw has underwhelmed, but is still a star. We need him to go. I've gone for Chance. Instead of Arizona, we're going for Solar this time. I've given him a push boost because I don't have his foil yet. So we've given him push boost. See how he gets on. I've been waiting for his foil to hit the shop for, I don't know, like a year. I swear I've never seen his foil in the shop. So hopefully we'll get his foil at some point and then get a little boost to the rest of them, but at least the push is the same. We can use him now, and we're going to try to use him as a main eventer. See if we can get him back in the world title picture now that he has a gimmick change. We'll see what happens. Chet Sky. So, what you'll find later on is I have not drafted Jesse Wilde. So we are just going to use Chet as a Cruiserweight competitor only. He only has 8 push, which means it's going to be kind of hard for him. But Neon Express just have done nothing as a tag team for the last few years. I feel there's no point really having Jesse in there. We're going to use Chet as a singles only. So that's the big change for him. Chicano stays in. Chief Buffalo I've brought in mostly because he has teams with Willie Mammoth. So we use him in that one. He does have a couple feuds, so we're going to bring him in. He's been out on a different federation for a few years. We'll bring him in, see how he gets on. Damon Van Winkle went away last year. We brought him back, so we'll have the trio of the Van Winkles back again. Dark Invader, tag team champion. I'd kind of like to see him back in the world title picture, but we'll just have to see how it plays out. If they want to hold the belts, that's fine. We've got Death Star Boy back. Probably our #1 heel in the Cruiserweight Division, so let's just hope he does his thing. Devastacia had a great year last year. Do you know what? Actually, I take that back. She had a good year, won the women's title a few times, but was always second best to Harker, so we'll see if she can improve this year. Devon comes back. Dickie Thunderbird as a heel still, like the idea was we were going to turn him heel, hopefully he'd get his hands on a world title. Has not happened.
You want to fight? You got one.
I'm going to keep him as a heel, I think, for this year. And if it doesn't happen for him, probably look to turn him back babyface. It's not been great. I was really hoping we were going to get the world title on him. It's not happened. He did have opportunities. But we'll see. There's a good chance that when this all said and done, he will probably be like our best wrestler to not have won the world title. So we'll see. Doberman Denny gave him a push bonus a little while ago. Want to see him in the upper mid. We're still going to use Duke for the tag team. So Doberman's as a tag team, and Denny hopefully as an upper mid carder. We got the Doc. Doc, probably the best world title reign we've had so far. Has lost to Tycoon in a prison cell match. He did a squash over Max, but he has now lost to Tycoon twice. The prison cell match was Doc's match that he was always winning on, so it's kind of definitively done now. We'll put Doc in the Rumble in January, and if he doesn't win that, then it's kind of like we'll rebuild. Brohan spent most of his time in our federation in a tag team, so he's not really had a shot at the title yet. 17 push, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with him. Presidente, he's coming back, and I will explain all in a little bit, but he's coming back. So we haven't used him for 168 weeks. He's been in another federation. We've brought him back, like I said, all will be explained. Elfet, Babyface, we've got Elfet. Had probably a poor 2 years, to be honest. Really need her to step up. Enormous Pierre. So he's a difficult one because he's got a great push rating, but he's a bit inconsistent, and he's had some long reigns at the top of the world title pick. So my thought with him is maybe put the TV title on him and have him become like, you know, like Cena with the US title, like, you know, the guy who holds it for a while, and then when someone gets over, it'll be a big deal. That's kind of the idea. Might drop him down to TV title division for this year and see if he can build a new star. We've got Exotic Rick, former world champion, former Rumble winner, so he's had a wayward few years, let's be honest. Picked up a TV title or two here or there, but not really shone that much. Flawless One, former Wrestler of the Year. Still hasn't got his hands on a world title, has had a couple opportunities. But we'll keep him floating there or thereabouts, see what he does. Manga was in a tag team with Hito. We're going to split them up now. Not in an aggressive way. We'll just have them split, go their own ways, see if we can get him back in the Cruiserweight Division. Hito can go on to maybe the TV title and above. Hakatonga we've brought back out of the cold. He spent a year away. So we'll see what happens with Haka. Hammerhead. He was close to getting cut. I mean, he's one of our most decorated champions, won the world title, the TV title, all those, him, you know, with this gimmick and his other gimmick. I'm going to give him this year, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with him. Hard Hat Bud Duncan is a new addition to the roster. We'll see where he settles. I would assume TV title picture to start off with, and then we go from there. Hito, like I said, oh, I forgot, I've turned Hito heel. I've turned him heel because I think we have an imbalance in the Cruiserweight division. So I've turned him heel. That's what it was. I've turned him heel. So he's going to go after the Cruiserweight division. Him and Death Star Boy will be the two top heels in that division. And then we've got a bunch of baby faces in there as well. And we've also got Mystic, who had a great end of the year. Jam Gordon. We're going to, like, we've hardly used him, to be honest. I think, how many matches? He's had 6 matches. Do you know what I mean? So we need to do more with Jam. So he's going to be a part, I think, of the Cruiserweight division. We'll see what happens. Jet Set. Jet Set. Like, you look at his stats, you'd think this guy should be killing it, but it's been sporadic. He's had the world title, but then he goes through long phases of just losing consistently. So we'll see. We'll see with Jet. This is kind of a make or break year for him. We got Keith, another one who's going to be a strong heel in the Cruiserweight division. Pistol I've brought in mostly because I needed 11 people. I needed 11 women to make sure that we had enough cover for the women's battle royal. So she is basically we have 11 women total. 5 baby faces, 5 heels, and then Kit's come in as a tweener. Laser, you need to do better, fella. You need to do better. Like, he's a poor few years, hasn't done much for a while. He has been a world champion, but I think it was on his ult. So we expect better from him. Linda is Linda. She's the queen. You see what I mean? Look at this. 6-time women's champion. Won a battle royal. Won the tournament queens. She is the goddess of the division. We've only got her till 89. So enjoy her while she's here. Mad Abner we've brought back in from out the cold. He's been away for a year plus. So we're bringing him in back. Magnus Muscle has not really done much. He's going to have to bring his stock up. He was close to the chopping block, let's put it that way. Major Malice, former world champion. Again, we're going to do the old rebuild. Start him off in the mid-tier, see where he ends up. Masakari. Very excited about this guy. So prior to this run that you're seeing me play on my series right now, I've played a full run twice. And this guy was always a massive part of the late 80s going into all the way to the end. Decent push rating, great skill rating, so we'll see how he gets on. Mercenary, just kind of there for the mid-card good matches. Molotov, Siberians did fine, Mother Russia, similar. The world champion, Mr. Tycoon, world champion. So, beat Valedictorian in a #1 contenders match, beat the Doc in a world title match, and then defended against the Doc in a prison cell match. Big stuff from the Tycoon. So he's on a very good run. We'll see how. I really hope that he holds the belt for a little bit longer. But basically, when you defend the belt at the start of the year, you're in trouble because you've got to face the Battle Royale winner. You've got a triple threat in February, March Madness, and then you've got the big Champs Clash. So it's a tough time to keep the title. Mutants, don't really need to say much about them. One of the best teams we've ever had. Had quite a few years, so we'll see how they get on. Minx has been very quiet, but managed to win Tournament of Queens. So literally did hardly anything in 86, wins the tournament. So she's going to come out the gates hot. Mystic Man! Look at this guy, right? He's got 9 push, but was realistically one of our best people last year. Very close to winning the Heel of the Year. That's how good he was. So, Mystic, he's in there. Hooligan.
Pour me a drink, laddie.
Kind of weird because obviously in the early 80s he was like one of our biggest stars by far. One of the longest world title reigns. Always in the picture. Since his return as a babyface in 85, not really been great, but we'll see what happens. Otto Thompson, look, Thompson crew, GOAT tag team, it is what it is. Queen of Mean has got her hands on the women's title. So it's basically going to be Queen and Harker probably for the next couple months, and then we'll see what happens after that. Our man Sav over here, he's doing alright. Alright, the Island Warriors are still yet to win the tag team titles, but I want them in there, so we're keeping them in the mix. Sergeant Shipley, again. It's been a bit tough. Not the greatest win percentage, but she is one of our best baby faces. She could use a push bonus, to be honest. We'll see. Maybe at some point. Slashmaster, tag team champion, former world champion, no brainer. Slugger Johnson. So we're back to heel Slugger Johnson. It's dawning on me now that the Cruiserweight Division must be very heel heavy. It must be very heel heavy now.
Fans don't boo nobodies.
I got him, I got Hito, I got Death Star Boy, I got Mystic Man. That's a lot of big heels. Smirnoff, Siberians, Spunky Sparks. Always seems to win the big one, except for the very big one. Like she hasn't won the women's title, but always seems to win the #1 contenders matches or matches against the champion and non-titles. So a bit of a funny one. Thompsons GOAT tag team. We've already been over that. Terry is back. He's been out in the cold for a little while. Terry is back. We're bringing the Van Winkles back in this year.
Ready for a whooping.
Piranha doing alright. Not much needs to be said about Piranha. He's going to be in. Trog is coming back from out of the cold for a while. Again, create some tag teams, some different tag teams for us. Tupa, Island Warriors, I want them back in there. Valedictorian, could be his year for a good babyface run. We've split up the tag team of him and Brohan, so we'll see what happens there. Mammoth, the GOAT. No, he's not. We've tried with Mammoth. He had a great TV title run. Has not been able to do much above that though, so we will see what happens with Mammoth. Yuppie VP, a couple tag teams, and he's an opener. And we do struggle with decent openers, and then obviously Zen is Zen. That's the roster I've got at the minute. I don't see anyone screaming to be released, if that makes sense. I am a bit concerned about the Cruiserweight Division though. You could always put hooligan in the Cruiserweight Division. I am concerned about the amount of baby faces we have there. We have Chet, but he's poor push rating. We have Jam, I suppose, is another one. Manga. Okay, so we've got some. Okay, so we've got some baby faces in the division, some decent baby faces. I still feel like the heels outweigh them a little bit. I think Duke is a cruiserweight. 10 push. So it might be the year of the heels. Actually, Devon. Only 11 push though. Devon is a cruiserweight. So we'll see. It might come that maybe mid-year we need to switch one of the heels over to babyface. Maybe bring Starboy back as a babyface. So let's look at the people who have not got drafted. So Ace of Spades / Ace Arcadium.
Infinite 1-up.
In whatever gimmick he's had, I mean, he's got a lot of wins, but a lot of those are mid-card and below. So he's really struggled to break through to the top. Aurora, again, based on push and the other baby faces we had, didn't feel necessary. No Bo, no Lee. I feel bad for the Thugs, because early 80s they were a big part. Blitz is actually kind of a big name to drop out, but we have a lot of people in our mid-card. He's not in a tag team with Slammer anymore, because Slammer's done the heel turn, so it's kind of like left him out in the cold, we're going to let him go. Boombox we haven't had for a while, neither have we had Buckingham. Bronco I feel a bit bad about, because he is the victim of poor booking, let's be honest. He's been good, I've just not been able to use him consistently. I'm definitely finding troubles with tweeners, because I just don't know how to book them. Because you get the possibility of booking them either way, it would almost be better to me if he was one or the other. But we're going to let him sit out for this year, see how he does on another federation. Bug, get tagged up here, Bug. Jeez. Slee's no good. Shaka. Shaka's not bad. She's not bad, but she doesn't displace the heels I've got at the minute. Chameleon Kid I was very close to bringing in. I was very close to bringing him in. I mean, if the Cruiserweight Division starts to struggle, maybe we'll bring him in. Maybe we'll bring him in. Chopper, no thank you. Mullet, no thanks. Copper Commander's actually done very well on the other federation. But not for me. Not for me. Countess, quite a big cut really. She's been a big part of our women's division. Winning about a third of her matches. Did she ever win? 2-time women's champion. Like, this is a big deal. But again, like I've got my 5 heels. I don't think I need another one. Crash, no chance. Cut free, get out of here. Danger Zone's a bit of one. He's a bit of a weird choice, but as a tag team they don't do very well. His push is kind of too low for the Cruiserweight Division. So he's gone. Litz is still out. Draw, get out of here. Crawler, not a chance. Alara, again, the problem is we have so many established baby faces. We would have to pull someone big out to fit her in. So for now, no. Fireball, God bless him. I mean, he's decent stats, but no, sorry. Flex is kind of a big one. I feel a bit bad about dropping Flex out. I do feel a bit bad. 3 and 5, good ratings, good pop, decent skill. But again, we have enough people at the top. So not this time. Beret not happening. Geppetto is out. Geppetto, is he even active? It would have been his last year. What I think I would like to do, maybe on another playthrough, is to give him 2 push bonuses and really treat him as, you know, like a modern Bruno. See what happens then. Glam, not a chance. Goblin, not happening. Gorgon, again, not fair. Gothica, we've got her manager card. I'm just going to pull her out of the active women's division, so it kind of is what it is. Ginzu, very great stats. The problem with Ginzu is we've got a lot of heels in the Cruiserweight division, and I don't really have much for him in the TV division. We have a lot of good people, so it is what it is there. Harry, not happening. Hebe's not happening. Herman, get out of here. Hotshot, I feel kind of bad for, but a low push rating. We've got some good mid-carders. Doesn't need to be there. Iron Mask, I feel bad. I like Iron Mask. But again, we've had him, we just don't seem to use him, so I've had to pull him out. Sorry, Jesse, I do apologise. Jobber Joe. I kind of want to put him back, but...
No mercy.
Let's see how he does. Let's see how he does for 1 year away, and then see if it makes the heart grow fonder. I've still not brought back this trio. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. June. We've got Jupiter. Good push, but his skill is terrible, so I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Little Thug, no. We've got rid of Madam Tiki. Like I said, our Babyface Division in the women's is hard. We've got a lot of people there. Mac, not a chance. Bug. Mac, I feel bad for Max. But again, let's see how he gets on somewhere else. Mega Geo. I kind of like Mega Geo. Never used him. Mid-carder. I just have a feeling if I put him in, he's not going to get used. Do you know what? I'm going to change my mind on him and just see what happens. But don't be surprised if I come to regret that. Wolf not happening. Leo not happening. Bug, I feel sorry. Moonman, no. Ninja Shadow. Cruiserweight Division's kind of set. Officer Chip not happening. Overload. Decent upper mid, but we've got a lot of decent upper mids. I feel a little bit bad for Pat. But again, our Cruiserweight Division setup. Sorry, Pelvis. Beret not happening. King not happening. Racer not happening. Robbins, I mean, this trio is so good, but I just find it hard to find places for them, particularly individually. Pirate Rogers is out. That's quite big. Reptile I always seem to not use, so I just got rid of him anyway. Not happening. Ruffian! I feel a little bit bad for Ruffian. Because he's done his thing, he's had his moments, he's been in a couple different tag teams, but I think we'll be okay. Sexy Rebel. Skullgore. Soul Daddy. Oh god. I wish Soul Daddy was a cruiserweight. That would help. Nope. Splat. Not needed. Starbright is gone. This is what I mean. Our Babyface Division. I've had to get rid of Starbright. Stud Muffin. Get out of here. Succubus. Sydney. We had her. Hardly. Like, didn't use her, in fact. So, she's active till 99. She'll get her chance, I'm sure. Norman. Not happening. Lilo. Not happening. Schmuck. Not happening. Thumpermore. Stats just aren't good enough, really. Valley Girl. I do like me a bit of Sid. I think once his foil comes along, yes, but for now, 13 push. And Vladimir the Cruel. Waldo. Warhawk again. I feel a little bit bad. He's had some good moments, but it's like really, I just find that I don't book him very often. So let's tighten up the roster a little bit. Wing Chun wasn't used much. Got a win over Mystic Man in his last match though. Zap and Zeke. And there's Zombie Punk. So that is the roster, people. That is the roster. The only change we've made is we've added Gio, but again, I want to make the roster as small as possible. We will send some people away though. If we go to show results, actually, would it be on the view roster? It'd be this way. Have they all been removed already? They have. Right. So basically, I want to show you who was the champion before I pulled them all back. You might be able to see it here actually. That's just a triple threat. Cruiserweight title, no. So basically, I think Copper Commander was the world champion of R&R. I'm pretty sure. They've all gone now, unfortunately. But yeah, all right. Let's get these guys sorted. Let's send some people away. So we need to search by this. Send them some good people. Let's send Ace in there. go? Do you know let's go from? Yeah, 100%. We're gonna send Vin over. Aurora can go. Do you know what? I think we'll give them Tiki as well. Now let's try and give them some mid-card type people.
You're gonna get burned.
Fireball. No, I'm gonna save him for the other one. Countess. What do we have like in the mid card / opener? We'll give him Blitz. We'll give him Blitz. Does that leave us mid card? Comedian. Let's let Geppetto have a little run. It's last year. Now what do we have opener wise? Bo and the Thugs. Sure, let's give them the Thugs. See if they can get their tag team division sorted. Beautiful. Right, that looks good. And then we're gonna go here, manage roster, give them some people. This way, that way. Main event. We're gonna give them both the females. Right. Let's go with upper mid. We're gonna give them Bronco and we're gonna give them Flex. Yep, 100%. Copper Commander probably needs to be there as well, since he was a world champion in one of the other divisions, other federations. Probably deserves to be there as well. What else do we have? Anyone else jumping out as someone who must be? No, because we might pull Kid back mid-year if need be, so we won't send him away. Ginzu. I think we'll give them Reptile, 100%. You know, I don't think we'll give away any of the Freebirds just in case we want to bring them back ourselves. We could give them a tag team. Do you know what? We'll give them Warhawk and Danger Zone. Warhawk and Danger Zone. Where are you, sir? There you are. And then two more. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go mid card. Hot shot. Yeah, we'll do a hot shot 100%. Okay, one last one. Mid carder. You know, Ruffian. There we go. So that's set. So we've sent away a lot of our people, Flex and Buck, Reptile, wow. So it'll be interesting to see if any of them pick up any titles along the way. So that's going to be it, people. That is the roster. I feel happy. We've got an achievement. Give me money. It must be to do with sending away like main eventers or something like that, I would imagine. Where are you, sir? Here we go. Ship out some main eventers level 2. Thank you. 10k. I'll have it. Ching ching. There we go. People, see you next episode for the start of 1987. Battle Royale. Tycoon is the champion. Oh! So, we have the Darkness, tag team champions. Originally the faction included Keith Blood and Death Star Boy, but I've removed them to make it just a tag team only. Idea is, once they drop the titles, we'll split them, create a new faction, they can go off and do their solo thing. But here's the biggie. Big business! New world champion, Mr. Tycoon, has decided, you know what? I need to get some peoples around me. So we've brought back El Presidente from out, brought him into the Federation. Yuppie VP has always been there for him, and then Almighty Dollar is going to be the female representing the group. Really would have liked to have had a 5th slot, so I could have added Exotic Rick, because obviously Rick Tycoon had the tag team titles before, would have made sense. But big business is the faction created to keep Tycoon with the world title. Whether it happens, I don't know, because like I said, he's got a tough few months to defend that title. We'll see what happens. People, thank you very much for watching Revan Legends. See you again. Peace.